Okay, so these are all of my wing fighters to date. Um, the first one, of course, the very first one that I ever got would be technically this one because it's the original 2012 one that has this box and, of course, has those green armors on, and it has all the accessories and everything. But of course, the entire body, is actually from one that I got a few days ago, last Sunday, pretty much. So then, of course, it would be this one, and then these two, and of course, then the body of this one. This one I got it in Mercado Libre last year. It was a really good purchase, and I'm really happy about it. It was complete, believe it or not, and I was like, it has a few missing parts. I thought it had like a couple missing parts, and I was thinking, oh, okay, it's just gonna be a replacement unit until I saw that it had red feet. I was like, nah. Of course, ironic fact, all of these have blue feet. All of the ones I've been getting recently. So I got these in the set, like, last Saturday, before the fair, and I was like, okay, so these basically came with, of course, the two bodies, the two light up guns. This one has the missing sword. They both have the missing missile launchers, the missing weapons. This one actually, these came from this one's body. Um, because like these only came with like the incomplete armors. They had the ruby red that's incomplete. They have the blue one that's incomplete, but they did come with a green one that was complete, and that's where I took the wrists out from that, from to put into this one. So at least it has the original molds. It also came with an armor like this one with one missing wrist, and that's where I took this one out for this one because it has the exact same mold and everything. And other than that, they both have the the wings. They both have the important parts to make them work. But of course, it's kind of sad that this one doesn't have the wrists nor sword. That could have been great. Anyways, they all have been adjusted and they are all ready to work. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show what is the difference in between these two and this one, and why I say that this one and that one are actually newer. So here we go. Listen carefully. And now listen to this one. As you guys can hear, the sounds are a lot shorter on this one, and on these, the the sound samples are actually longer, just like in that one. And of course, here's the other one. Ignore that it walks really with short steps. It's just because of the armor it's using. That's just what kind of ruins the way it walks, because if I take them off, it's going to walk better. But as I said, I don't know if I did show them or not. I probably didn't. But this one and the other one were actually not even walking properly. This one was the one that would walk at least a little bit, and they did not have this much fluidness as they have right now. After some grease and some adjustments within the mechanism, they are ready to go for like a few more years. So I guess that the one thing I can do right now is just do this for the hell of it. One thing that I also have noticed in between this I believe this is the latest generation, and these others, is that the pads on the feet are actually harder on these. And it goes for these two, of course. Of course, that one came with the original packaging. It's the nearest one. I mean, I've owned a brand new one, and this is the nearest I have right now to a brand new one. Same with this one, even though the body needed repairs. But you know, the pieces and everything were from my original one, and that one was brand new. Same with that one. That was like the closest to a brand new one that I have, because it's literally brand new. I've hardly ever used it. But as I said before, these pads seem to be gummier, since you can actually, you know, you put your nail and you can actually push them, while these don't really, you know, they're not really that deformable. They're actually a bit harder rather than gummy. I guess that's why these have a better grip on the floor than the others. It's something near almost obvious. As I said before, these two did bring a few other armors, but I did keep those without, you know, because these are cleaned up. I cleaned them up. Everything has been cleaned up and assembled into these two specific models that I know there are two that I don't have. And I would not have if these bodies were not there, because of course I already have those two. So even if it came with those two armors, they wouldn't be on these. As I said before, one of these two, because the lady that sold me these two actually had twins. She had twins, and they were wanting to buy a PlayStation or something. I'm not quite sure what was the whole thing going on, but they were tired of robots, and they sold me these two with a free mini or micro Iron Man robot right there. But basically, these came with two sets of armors each. They came, of course, this is the set that I've never had. And then, of course, they came with a set that has this one and that one. And that's pretty much why I ended up just, you know, leaving those two in a bag and using some of the parts that they brought just to complete these other two. I was lucky enough that they actually had the exact same wrists from the sides and everything. Anyways, I guess that's practically everything for the video. So that was just to show how these damn things turned out, and that's practically it. So thanks everyone for watching, and I really hope to get more Wing Fighters soon. I fucking love them. There's one more thing that I forgot to say, and if you see this, congratulations. Now I know editing videos, if this is the case, if you see this part, of course. But this robot right here is actually how's this shit called? This is actually a copy, a knockoff, a bootleg, and I'll actually go ahead and show the other one for the hell of it in a little second. But I have another one that's also a bootleg, but this is a bootleg copy of these. Pretty much, it's just one of those that you can disassemble and reassemble, and has like screws everywhere. Got it years ago, and it's really neat. It's weird, crappy, but it's neat, and you can actually put the weapons on the hands and everything, and they'll just fit fine. That's just how it is. Don't get guided by the silver details, because this doesn't have silver details. These are actually all just not blunders, but things that I made back in the day when I would repaint some things. But I'll go ahead and actually basically pull out the other robot from the shelf, because this is the other Wing Fighter, and probably the last Wing Fighter knockoff that I have, and it's the Raider. I was gonna get myself the silver one too, but I ended up being stupid and ignoring it, so it ended up selling. But the Raider, I'm gonna go ahead and show it for the hell of it again. I mean, I know that I've shown it when it was brand new in the box and I first got it. You know, it didn't really work that well at all, and the paint still chips off to this day, and I'm pretty sure about that. One funny thing is that the sword is actually a small Super Fighter sword. Basically, they just grabbed a 1996 Super Fighter, and they said, hey, let's make this tinier, and let's put it inside a robot. So there you have it. As I've said, this is another, just like probably the most copied Wing Fighter out of all. It has already 2 bootlegs on its side. It's pretty weird and amusing. But of course, the cool thing about this one is that it's not a standard... Hold on, I'll pause the video. it's absolutely funny how this one has the same structure in a lot of things. I mean, you can remove the wrists as well, just like those. You can remove the ankles as well, even though on this one they don't really affect that much the walking. It has the same hinged battery cover with a slightly different hook to it. It also has that piece that you can take off without disassembling the entire body for holding the battery cover hinge. I mean, it's really similar until you flip it and you see that it's a roller. It's one of those that rolls instead of, lifting up the feet and everything. So this is basically a legit HAP-P-KID. And this is a bootleg, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's the company Zinglong. I can't complain though. I love the way this one walks, to be honest. I love the way that they actually, they ended up just discarding this mechanism and they were like, yeah, we're just gonna make it roll and that's it. I like that. I really like that. But I guess that's everything. Now, yes, that is everything. Real ones and fakes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and bye.